Hi, everybody. This is Garrett, or Nurse Know-It-All. I don't even know my own name. Anyway, I just wanted to make a follow-up video real fast because I'm getting ready to go to bed. But I just wanted to talk to you today about something that when I do a search on Xanax withdrawal, I've yet to find a video that explains a lot of the symptoms that I get in my head. Of course, the withdrawal symptoms, and I'm just tapering, but a cold withdrawal would be a lot worse than what I'm feeling, and I probably wouldn't even be able to make this video. But down below the head, it's going to be like paresthesias, which are like numbness and tingling in your extremities. It can be in your arms, your legs, what have you. The legs get weak and feel like jelly when you're walking around. The anxiety and panic attacks it brings on, they say it's worse than heroin withdrawal. Can't imagine what that would be like because I've never done heroin, but I'm sure it's not fun. Anyway, um, so Xanax withdrawal, as I've told you in the last video, it's just terrible, terrible. I wish I never got on the drug, but for me, I got on it when I was 18. I got some other medical problems. One specific actually two of them that I have is I had brain surgery and I had a stroke 5 years ago. Doctor cut into my carotid artery. Thank you, Dr. Fraser Henderson of Silver Spring, for ruining my life and my career. I was making six figures a year as a nurse. Now I'm living on disability. And thanks again, Dr. Henderson. You never even called me after the surgery to tell me sorry. Shouldn't have happened. You should be out of practice. You should lose your license and never be able to work on a patient again. Shame on you. Okay, so that's Dr. Fraser Henderson of Silver Spring, Maryland. And anyway, so the symptoms in the head, I just want to go over that because it's very important. I'm getting it. I've heard other people have gotten it, but I just haven't found a video on it. So here you go. Okay, let's start with the first thing that happens to me when I wake up in the morning. And keep in mind, your cortisol levels are very high in the morning. That's kind of to wake you up and get your day going. It's normal to be up, but when you have anxiety and you're stressed out with whatever, when you wake up, cortisol is like something that, and you should get them checked by an endocrinologist. You could have problems with your cortisol, and you may need to take medication to keep it lower. But mine's normal. I mean, it takes off in the morning, but about an hour. It lasts about an hour for me every single morning. But the worst symptom I got in my head, well, they all suck, but the one that's the most bothersome is the ringing in the ears, also known as tinnitus or tinnitus, depending on who you are and how you say it. Well, that's what you get, and it's a ringing in your ears. It is so loud and high pitched and so disturbing. And again, it goes away from me in the morning when I start taking some of my Xanax because I'm still tapering. I'm not off. Hopefully, when I'm off, that's going to be something that resolves. The head pressure, it's like someone sticking your head in a vice, and it's just pressure. It's like it's all over. Sometimes I get in the back of my skull. Sometimes it's like right here in the front. When it's here in the front, I swear to God, it feels like a depression, and I'm going to burst into tears and I'll get all emotional. And thanks again, Dr. Fraser Henderson, because the blood clot went into the emotional center of my brain and it messes with my emotions. So if I laugh at something, I laugh hard, and they say I'm geeking. I'm aware of it. That's actually a fun symptom. But when you're crying and you're really upset, it's like there's no tomorrow, and you just want life to end. I mean, it's really bad. Thank God I can make that go away by just taking a little quarter milligram of Xanax, and within 20, 30 minutes, it's gone. But and people mistake me for being severely depressed, when in actuality I'm not depressed at all. Got a lot of stress in my life, and I probably should be, but I'm just not. And terrible, terrible, terrible symptom. So and then if I get angry, like I told you in the other video, I'll turn into the Hulk. So trying to keep those stress levels down to avoid those symptoms. But other symptoms I get, I have problems with my vision. It gets blurred. I got to use reading glasses, and not all the time, but as I actually have weaned down a little bit, my vision has actually come back. And it was just this one eye that was bothering me. Left eye wasn't too bad. And everything's backwards when you're watching this. So left is right and right is left on the video screen. This eye here, the eyelid itself used to like kind of droop down and swollen when I got up in the morning, but that's even gotten better also. But the head symptoms are the worst by far. And then you get nauseous. So you get nausea, the headaches, you feel like crying, the ears are ringing. I mean, I don't know how many more head symptoms one could have, but you get headaches. And ibuprofen actually does work pretty well for that. You got to take 4 of them though, because they're 200 milligram tablets at 800 milligrams 3 times a day. Motrin works as an anti-inflammatory. I'm not so sure that there's inflammatory changes going on in the brain. It sure as hell feels like it, but Motrin, nevertheless, it does help. Even if I just take 2 of them, it helps. So, and it also will help reduce the ringing sensation that I get in my ears. So, anyway, the muscles in and for me in my back, like across my shoulders and down the middle of my spine, when I get up in the morning, it hurts so bad. You'd think like I just worked out the day before or something. It's like they're just so tense, I guess, when I'm sleeping. I'm a big guy. And when I just get up, I got the worst pain across my back and down my spine. I put a heating pad on the back of my chair, some moist heating pad. I leave it on. I turn it on and off for like the first hour and a half while I'm awake. And then that symptom slowly goes away at the end of the day. And by the way, this is a Bluetooth device. Weird, huh? It just goes right in my ear. If I get a phone call, I just push on the thing and it works, and works pretty cool. It just vibrates. It doesn't actually ring when my phone goes off. I wear it all the time. Works perfect, but you don't need to know that in this video. It's late at night. It's almost like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting ready to go to bed, but I just thought I'd make this real fast because the title of the video is going to be Xanax Withdrawal Head Symptoms. And I think it's important that you know that. I was watching a video earlier. If you get that ringing in your ears, they say to grab your earlobe a little above it and you pull up and out like this 5 times. It's supposed to help reduce the ringing in your ears. Doesn't do anything for me, but I'm just showing it to you because they say it helps, but it doesn't help me at all. Anyway, Nurse Know-It-All, I'm going to bed. Have a good night. I'll see you in the next video.